Hi, cutie girl.
Except for that one time we had to get pictures. It might be a little too much in the front. I was like very doubtful.
Mom, look at your helmet. Gave me a smile.
We're gonna put the helmet back on. Couple mild red spots. Addie is getting her helmet today. This has been kind of a long process so far, and we're just at the very beginning. So at her 4-month appointment, her pediatrician was like, oh yeah, like her head is really flat. Even at her 2-month appointment, we were told to like start doing stretches. We were told that she had torticollis, but her pediatrician was like, if you do these stretches, it should even out. And as she, spends more time on her belly and sitting up, the flat spot will like round out. So I just kind of went with that. But by 4 months, it was worse. Her torticollis was worse. She wasn't getting any improvement. So we were referred to physical therapy. And her pediatrician was like, she may need a helmet, but let's wait till 6 months and just kind of see. When I went to physical therapy, we were told that she was very likely going to need a helmet. The physical therapist was just like, I don't think that even if, we help the torticollis and she sleeps more on her side or whatever, like turning her head, I don't think that's going to fix the flat spot. It's pretty severe. And she told me that the earlier you start the helmet, the better the outcome is, the faster it all goes. So she really encouraged me to get the helmet process started. And I'm glad that she did. So that was just right after she turned 4 months old. And then I was able to get a referral from her pediatrician for a helmet. We were referred to Cranial Technologies, and they specialize only in like babies' heads and like helping them round out. And they have what's called the dock band. It's like a certain type of helmet. So my pediatrician specifically recommended this place for helmets. There's other places that you can go, but she recommended this. We went with that. I did some research too, and we have like an initial consultation. And that went very quickly. They just take some pictures of the heads, they do some measurements, and Addie was in the severe category. In fact, the technician said if there was a very severe category, I would put her in that. Her flat spot is very severe, and he said that it would end up messing like with her teeth, like an overbite, crossbite. Glasses wouldn't fit properly if she ever needed those in the future, and like bike helmets wouldn't fit on her head. So there's actually quite a few like significant problems with her head being flat on the one side, and just to the level of severity that it was and it is. So we felt like that was good. We didn't really have to make a decision because it was so severe that we felt like the decision was made for us. Like, yes, we need to move forward with the helmet. A lot of people get the measurements in the photos and then they kind of have to make a decision. Do we want to wait and see if it rounds out on its own, or do we want to go ahead with the helmet? I remember even when Ivy was like 4 months old, 4 to 6 months old, her head was a little flat in the back too. And we just waited it out and it did round out, but hers was just nowhere near as severe as Addie's is. So the technician also said that the way that hers is, it like has a C curve on the one side, and like it's kind of pushing one side of her face forward. Her cheek is a little more full on the one side. That type of whatever is formed in the womb, which makes a lot of sense to me because she was not a baby that like was always like flipping and turning. I would feel like little kicks and stuff, but it kind of did always feel like she was a little bit stuck in one position. So I wonder if that kind of also caused her torticollis and her head flattening and whatever. So all that to say, we decided to move forward with the process, but it all had to go through the insurance, and that took like 2 weeks just for the insurance to get back to us. So finally, once we got the insurance back, we were able to get in for the next like set of pictures that she needed to actually make the helmet very quickly. I took her 45 minutes away to get those pictures taken. We tried for like an hour and a half and didn't get a single picture. They need very specific. Her head has to be like straight forward, can't be looking to the side, can't be looking up and down to be able to get these pictures, and they just couldn't do it. She was not having it. She was so sad. She was uncomfortable. They like put a sock thing over her face. She did not like that, and it was honestly a bad experience. They told me that if you come back another day, like there's a good chance she'll be better about it and it will go smoother, but I was like very doubtful. And here she is. She's up from a little morning nap. But yeah, so that first time we tried to get the pictures did not go well. We decided to go to another location where we were told that there was more like technicians available and we could probably get the picture done a lot faster. I was still very hesitant going into that next appointment, but we did a couple pictures. She actually did really well. She wasn't even really fussing. After maybe, I don't know, 6-7 minutes, she did start to kind of cry. So they were like, let's give her a break and we'll just look through these pictures that we did get and see if we got a good one. And I was totally expecting, them to come back and be like, oh, we got to try again. They came out after a few seconds and were like, hey, we got the picture. You're good to go. So that was a much better experience, and I think that's a little more typical for how it goes. I don't know. But she had a rough time the first time, did great the second time. We got the pictures, so that was last week. And then you have to wait a week for them to make the helmet and have the helmet shipped to the location. And today is the day that we are going to get the actual helmet. I feel like since it's been such a long time of like waiting for this, I am really ready at this point. I have done a bunch of research. By research, I've been in the Facebook groups, seen like videos online and different things. Everyone has, you know, different journeys, but it seems like for the most part, they adjust to it and get used to it fairly quickly, and then it's not a huge deal. I am worried about it being in the summer and her like getting hot, so we're just gonna have to be extra careful about that. This vlog, I'm just gonna share as much as I can today of us going to get the helmet. I don't know if they allow for videos inside, but we'll kind of share the process of getting her helmet, and then I think you kind of work through a few days of building up to wearing it for 23 hours a day. So I'll kind of share that whole process as well. I really hope that it goes well. I'm prepared for some rough nights of sleep. I'm prepared for a few rough nights of sleep once she is wearing her helmet to sleep at night. Hopefully it's not that rough, but she already is having lots of really rough nights. So we're just gonna see how it goes. I'm excited and hopeful that it will be a good experience, and I will share it with you and share my honest thoughts and the process of how it all goes. We're gonna have to wake her up to go in. It's time for your helmet. My mom came with me. Moral support. She's sound asleep, so I'm a little bit nervous that she's gonna wake up cranky, but hopefully she won't. They told us that this was gonna be a long appointment, so I'm preparing to be here for a little while. My sister took my kids. Like I said, my mom is here with me because Braden's working. So hopefully this goes well. First time in the helmet. Hi, cutie girl. Mm-hmm. You make her cute still?
I think she's adorable. She really is.
She gave me a smile.
She did. Yesterday was crazy. I guess I can take this out. So I've been looking rough. That's why we got Addie's helmet, and that was like in the afternoon. Her appointment was at like 2:30, and then we were going to the Alex Warren concert that was right there too, in the same like general vicinity. So we didn't want to go anywhere too far. We certainly didn't want to go all the way back home, which is like an hour and a half away. But we got home after midnight last night. It is almost 10, and both my big girls are still sleeping. Addie actually slept great through the whole concert. I took off her helmet like right before we got to the concert because the technician said, have her just wear it for 3 or 4 hours today, take it off, and then let her, and like check for red spots, and then let her just sleep tonight without the helmet, and then start the checks tomorrow. So what you're supposed to do, she's supposed to have 2 skin checks where the redness goes away within 1 hour. So when she woke up this morning, she woke up at like 6:30 this morning. My hair is looking rough. Let me get a brush. So if she has 2 good skin checks today, then she can wear her helmet tonight for the whole night. But if she doesn't, then we take it off for the night. She sleeps tonight, and we do skin checks again tomorrow. So once she has 2 skin checks in a row that are, the redness goes away within 1 hour, that's like a good skin check, then she can wear it through the night. And yeah, after yesterday, like wearing it for the first time, she really had very minimal redness, and it went away within 1 hour. So I am like kind of hopeful that maybe it will, you know, she'll be able to sleep in it tonight. Obviously, the sooner you get started, then the sooner progress can start, and the longer that she wears it, the more quickly that the progress will start. So when she woke up this morning, I got her helmet on her like around 7 a.m. Because it was out in the car, and so it took me a minute to like get clothes on and stuff and go out and get it. So anyway, it's almost 10. Whenever she wakes up from her nap, I'll take it off and do a skin check, and we'll wait an hour and see if the redness goes away. So far, she really hasn't noticed it too much. The first time that I like laid her down with it on, we were at a park, I put out a blanket and I laid her down, she fussed for a minute. Like you could tell, you know, it felt a little bit weird, but she got used to it very quickly. In her car seat, she also fussed, but the technician said that she can't just use her same car seat. I was a little bit worried that we were going to maybe have to upgrade to a little bit bigger car seat or something, but I think because she is very small and her car seat does have it's a little bit more wide, she's fine to just keep using that, at least for the time being. So that's nice. And she did great in her car seat. She actually took a nap while we went to dinner last night in her car seat with her helmet, and she was getting like a little bit sweaty. I had fans on her and stuff. We were in like a cooled down restaurant, but I think just being in the car seat where there's not like a whole lot of airflow, she did get hot. So that's my biggest worry, like, of her being in the car seat, is just getting too hot. Even with fans, there's just not a whole lot of airflow. So obviously, like, Addie was just fussing, but I went in there, put her passy back in, and she went back to sleep, which is very typical for her. That's happens like most times when she takes a nap. She'll kind of wake up crying with the passy, and she goes back to sleep. She's like not ready to wake up yet. So honestly, I would say that it has just been like almost like the helmet's not even on her head, which I am honestly shocked about, because to me, you know, when I'm like trying to hold her to nurse her and stuff, like it feels a little bit clunky, feels weird. We're still getting used to it. Even when I lay her down to sleep, like I don't know, she doesn't look that comfortable. So I was really nervous, but I am feeling very grateful that so far it hasn't seemed to be an issue. Put her in the car seat, put her in the car. She took a nap while we went to dinner, and she was like asleep the whole time in it. We were in a cool restaurant, but I kept like checking her to make sure that she wasn't getting too hot, and she was like getting a little bit sweaty. And I think it's just because in the car seat there's not a ton of airflow. So that is certainly my main concern about the car seat in the summer. And we don't have vents in our car that, like, you know, overhead vents in the back. They're like on the side, they don't reach her at all. So I don't know, we have fans. We're definitely going to utilize the fans, but I don't know, that still makes me a little bit nervous, because we were in like a cool restaurant and she was still getting sweaty and hot. So we're just gonna have to really be careful about that. And they did say that after a couple of days, they do kind of acclimate a little bit better. Their body is able to like handle the added layer on the head, and it kind of regulates their temperature. But obviously in the summer, it still just gets hot. I do have to go get some blood work done today that I wanted to do yesterday, but we just didn't end up having time. That's the problem with living like far away from everything. I try to like get everything done in one trip if I can, but it just didn't work out yesterday. That's okay. I'm gonna go up there today, and I guess that will put Addie in the car, but maybe we can drive there like during one of her skin check hours. That would probably be the most ideal, because that's what worries me the most, is just her being in the car. And like I can't super tell if she's overheating in the car. The technicians and people we've met with at Cranial Technologies have been very nice, very easy to work with, very good with Addie. So far my experience has been pretty good, and so far Addie's experience doesn't seem to be too bad, except for that one time we had to get pictures. I'm gonna go check on Addie, and then we'll just see when she wakes up and do the first skin check. Take it off and check your skin. Are you still sleepy? Might be hungry too. Are you hungry? Okay. This is what's on your head. That's a helmet. It's gonna help your head get round. You had a good nap with your helmet on. She's wearing the helmet for 4 hours, and she does have a couple mild red spots. So we'll just wait and see how long it takes for them to go away, and we are going to get in the car while we wait for them to go away. She's actually had her helmet off for like almost an hour and a half now. No more red spots, but we were in the car, so I didn't know exactly when the red spots went away. But they are gone now, so I'm gonna put the helmet back on before we have to go inside here, and we'll do another probably 4 hours and then check again. I think that's right. Good job. Addie passed all of her skin checks yesterday. Her skin, the redness went away within 1 hour. We did, I guess, 3 skin checks throughout the day, and then I had her wear it through the night last night, and I would say she had a very typical night. She was up quite a bit, but that has been very normal for her. When she woke up, she did like cry more than just fussing. Like I could tell she was like a little bit uncomfortable, and she like kind of tossed her head around a little bit like, what is on my head? But I anyway took it off. We did her hour break for today. We're nearing the end, and I should have washed her helmet at the beginning. She is so tired and ready for a nap, but I'm gonna hurry and wash it right now. She had a bath, I took a shower, and you're supposed to wash it with 70% isopropyl alcohol, so that's what I'm going to do. You want to fill in the inside? Yes, I'll let you just a minute. Let me clean it up really good.
Oh, Mama cleaning your helmet.
Okay, you can fill the inside. See, it's like kind of foamy. So it doesn't hurt her head, it's pretty soft. She is taking a nap without her helmet, and I think that's just fine. We're on like literally day 2 basically of this whole thing. So technically we should still be doing like skin checks and stuff, but they said if she passed all of her skin checks, we could go ahead and just start wearing it the 23 hours. So yesterday, like I said, she passed her skin checks, but just barely. She had one little red spot like on this side that it's been more than an hour and it hasn't gone away, and she fell asleep while she was nursing. It's been like just barely over an hour, but the red spot was still there. So I just decided I'm gonna let her sleep this nap without the helmet, and we'll put it on after as long as the red spot is gone, because they did say if there are red spots, you shouldn't like put the helmet back on until it's all the way gone. Anyway, I'll check back in a little bit later today and we'll see how things are going then. So we're gonna put the helmet back on. Okay, I'm gonna loosen it up to put it on your head. Okay, are you ready? I love you. It's Saturday, so I guess this is like day 3 of the helmet. She slept with it again last night, and this morning, it's almost time to put it back on her, but I took it off for her this morning. I feel like mornings are going to work best for us to have her 1 hour without her helmet. We do her bath and stuff in the morning, so I washed it, I let it dry. It is almost time to put it back on, but I want to make it a little bit cute. You can buy like decals and stickers. Some people even like hand paint their helmet. I'm not that artsy, so I got some Velcro dots. My sister actually picked these up for me, and I have a plethora of bows, and these, my favorite bows are Little Poppy Co. If I haven't mentioned that, I'm obsessed with Little Poppy Co. bows. I've been obsessed since I was a baby 6+ years ago. Anyway, these have the little clip on the back that just remove super easily. So, and then I can like use them again and put the clip back in them if I need to. But I'm just gonna do this and put a little Velcro dot on the back of the bow and put a Velcro dot on the helmet as well. And it will kind of, you know, allow me to still have her wear bows, because we have so many bows and I don't want all of the bows to go to waste. So I'm gonna put the soft, like the softer Velcro onto the actual helmet. It's like kind of hard to know the exact placement, what the exact placement should be, but I think like right there maybe. Put it like right there, because I want it to be like more forward. I had put one on the other day and I put it back too far, and I felt like the bow was just like on the side of her head. I didn't really love that, but anyway, so we're gonna do the soft side on the helmet. That way I can just leave the soft side on, and then like it sticks on here really well. I'm not worried about her getting it off. When I was trying to get it off the other day, I had to like really pull it. So leave the soft side on there and put like the rougher side of the Velcro on the bow, like so. And then we can just stick that on. Cute! That might be a little too much in the front. I don't know, maybe we'll put it on her and see. It's a little bit hard to know. I'm going to at least just do the bows until after the 4th of July, because I have a lot of cute 4th of July bows that I don't want her to miss out on wearing. And then after the 4th of July, I may do some like stickers or something. The girls, Emery and Ivy, are really wanting me to do some stickers. So we may do that to make it fun for them. But anyway, I'm gonna just make sure that all of her red spots are gone and then put her helmet back on. So far things really have been going pretty great. She had a rough night, but I don't necessarily think that it was due to the helmet. It's hard to know because she like wasn't sleeping great before the helmet. But her naps yesterday were all super great. She's been generally pretty happy. There's times where she's like kind of pulling at her ear, but I don't know if it's because she's like teething or if it's bothering her ear. Still figuring that out. We will be going back to Cranial Technologies in a few days, and like on Wednesday, and then I'll be able to like ask more questions. My main thing is like it does fall down like it covers her eyebrows, and they said that that's okay, I think, but it just does kind of look uncomfortable when it does that on her, like kind of pushes her eyes like to kind of be a little squinty. So I'm definitely going to ask about that. But so far so good. It has been a much better journey than I was anticipating, at least this beginning part. And she's also like hasn't seemed too hot. Granted, we haven't been outside for very long periods of time, but I've been able to keep her pretty cool so far. Even like for sleeping, I just dress her in a onesie and her sleep sack, and she stayed plenty cool. So that is really good. I think maybe I will check back in after we do go to like her first appointment with the helmet in a few days, and I'll check back in there and kind of give a little update before I close out this vlog. Okay, we just finished with Addie's little appointment, her first one. So went very smooth. They just like kind of shave off a little bit of the inside so her head continued to grow into the helmet. And yeah, it was quick, in and out. We will be going back again next week. I think they do weekly appointments until they're 6 months old, and then I don't know if it goes to like every other week or what after that, but we are gonna go swimming now after that appointment because it's close to where my sister lives and she has a pool. So that works out nice since we do have to drive kind of a ways to get to where the office is. But honestly, this first week has not been nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be with the helmet. Addie adjusted really quickly. The hardest part is just keeping her cool, but as long as we just keep a fan with us or just stay, you know, close to where there's air conditioning, we can get her inside and get her cooled off. Hasn't been too much of an issue. But I hope that this was helpful for someone who might be either preparing for their baby to get a helmet or thinking about it. You can kind of see what our first week looked like a little bit, and hopefully this gives you some peace of mind and a little bit of an idea of what to expect. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!